has chosen the storyline spread for your general monthly reading, which is a scattershot across the entire sign, telling 3, 4, or even 5 different stories for people going through different scenarios this month. The stories can be about any topic, so the floor is wide open. People say that often multiple stories do and will resonate with them, but the main goal of the storyline spread is to find that one story that is all about you. And that is what we're going to do today. Welcome in, Scorpio. It is time for your storyline spread for April 2024. Now, Spirit has broken this up into 3 different stories for you, and you can see the picture. I got it on the screen for you here, too. If you want to see the picture of all the other signs, that is available on Facebook. I post that on there every single month for you guys, so here's what I'm looking at for yours. This is actually a very short storyline spread, as it turns out. Not a lot of moving parts, just 3 short stories. Get you on your way and you guys are good. They can talk about any topic in here too, but there's going to be a story in here that is right for you. And looking ahead down my chart here, guys, they got you a special urgent reading here for Scorpio in a few days. That's going to be posting up around April 6th or 7th, something like that. And your urgent reading for Scorpio is going to be about telling time. So if you are a Scorpio who is worried about the timing of something, the best time when, the question when, that is maybe answered in the telling time for Scorpio, which is an urgent reading in a few days. So you'll have to come back and check that one out, guys. But let's get started with story 1 today. Story 1, we start with an event going on. If you're in a Scorpio that has an event to do, first of all, what is an event? An event is something out of the ordinary that's usually very pleasurable. A birthday party to go to, a gathering, a party, a work party, a ceremony. That's anything that's out of the ordinary that doesn't happen all the time, but it's like a special thing. That's why we call it an event, and that's what they show here. An event coming in April, and it's looking very good. However, I have my Oracle Angel card that says tick-tock, like pointing at a clock, okay? For some of you who are creators, content creators, maybe that has to do literally with something on TikTok. But for most of my audience, this is going to be timing, divine timing. Maybe, hey, you need to get this done very quickly. Don't wait. It's not going to work out for you if you do. There is somebody that's involved here, likely a younger person. They show me this person upside down, which means that they're not happy with something. They're not liking something. Maybe they'll be left out. Not really sure the moving part exactly. It's going to be different for everybody, I guess, here in story 1 because it's a general reading. Good time for me to remind you guys, too, that in a general reading, we are reading for all of Scorpio. It's not just you. But if you are looking for messages that are personal, private, specific only to you, I offer a wide variety of services on my website for that, from small all the way up to full service, a little something for everybody there. So we have this young person, younger than you at least, who is not really sure about something with going on there. Anyway, let's move into story 2. Story 2, we bring in if you're a Scorpio here who's mostly just on cruise control, not a whole lot of conflict or strife or grief going on. They show here that what you're dealing with is just little stuff, little stupid human drama tricks is what I call it. And this is like Spirit's perspective, of course. So maybe this could be a Scorpio dealing with something that feels to them like it's major, but Spirit's like, hey, you know what? It's really not that big of a deal. Yeah, you think this is a big deal? But no, it's not a big deal. Okay. The other moving parts we have here is the King of Swords. This is inverted. They did let me know that this is not the male king that we're talking about here. We're using an energy definition. Here, a king definition with swords is a lack of authority with your mindset. So it's kind of like not being sure about your decision making or what you should do about this or that, or a little bit confusionary moving part in there. So some of my Scorpios not really sure about what to do. In that case, I always say, if you're not sure what to do, do nothing. Play it a little safe, play it a little conservative until you get more information, and then you have more facts to work with. You know what you're dealing with, then you can make better decisions and so forth. They show a lot of Scorpios are actually dealing with or getting over some weird kind of like heartbreak here, and it is something here that is very close to your heart, or an attachment that is an emotional attachment that you're just getting over. So maybe something like broke, went wrong, could be death in certain aspects, or maybe death of something, even like a death of something that is, not alive. Sometimes hurt, okay? What's a good example to give you? If my car broke, okay, if I really loved my car and my car broke, I'd be very sad about that. That would be a weird kind of heartbreak. Well, that's what they're describing here. So anyway, weird kind of heartbreak here, getting over something like that. They do bring in between worlds. So they show between worlds as like, you're very much one foot in spirit world. So you're very high, vibration here in April, guys. You guys are going to be seeing things very clearly, maybe even in your dreams very lucidly, okay? Getting visited from some of your deceased loved ones, angel guides, getting, the download into your mind, planting seeds of inspiration and bright ideas just coming to you in April, okay? So be on the lookout for all that. That's good stuff. Story 3. We're going to do your moon cycles at the end of your reading like I always do. The one thing that we're not going to do today is your homily. Your homily is going to come out in April. It is just not going to be attached to this reading. I'm doing a standalone video for that, just trying to mess with the YouTube algorithm a little bit, get some more views. And so that's going to be available right around the same time that the urgent readings post. So April 6th or 7th, you'll be seeing all that stuff, guys. So of course, I'll always post it on Facebook, and you'll see it on YouTube too. Story 3. We start with a good success trophy case card. Okay, so you've just accomplished something in April. You've made some good moves. If that sounds like you, Scorpio, more than likely your story is in number 3. It does feel like most of my Scorpios are in 2 or 3. One was maybe specific to just a couple people, something like that. But here, a nice successful card. And you guys are having success here with other people too. It's not just you. It's everybody benefiting from it. That's the energy that's going on here. Very nice. The next moving part we have is the Devil card. Devil card represents, sometimes it can be bad habits, stuff that has an attachment on you that you don't want. It's like being handcuffed to something that you don't want. For, some people, this is cigarettes, drinking, spending habits, health habits, all kinds of different things here. If it's, they're talking about being bonded and very attached. That's the energy. That's the main thing I want to get across. For some of you, this has to do with something legal that you really just need to get done here. And maybe it's showing the devil because it's like, get the devil off your back and get this legal thing done, or some aspect with that. The Justice card can also be about karma and getting what is basically dealing with your own karma and getting what is due to you, whether it be good return or whether it be a not good return. Really depends on what you put out there. But they show that this is something you have a weakness with. There's probably your biggest clue, Scorpio, because if you struggle with this one thing, this is probably the thing they're talking about, okay? Like, let's say you're really bad about dealing with bills, okay? They're talking about bills here. You're really bad with your finances, right? You're bad with budgeting or that kind of thing. If you're really bad with, maybe it's a habit directly. Maybe you're really bad with your drinking or any other kind of habit you want to fill in here. Maybe a certain habit just got a little out of control here, and it's saying, hey, you really need to deal with this. This is your own karma. You got to deal with this yourself. It's a weakness. You recognize it as a weakness. You got to overcome this. My Oracle Angel card is co-create. So a lot of Scorpios are really doing something here in story 3 with other people. And the way I started this story about very successful, nice little trophy case card, that's the good energy, and then it gets into kind of like the subliminally, I don't want to call it negative energy, but just offsetting factors to deal with in April. It doesn't mean that April is all going to be about bad habits. It doesn't mean that. It means that this is a good time to address something that has really got an attachment to you that you really got to kind of get done here. And it shows how to do this is not alone. It's to do it with somebody else. I'm not sure who that is, but it's co-create. And the picture of the card, it is a cheetah and an owl. Not sure which one you are. I'm not sure what the other person is either, but it's basically saying two things working together here and co-creating something, that you maybe wouldn't expect. Maybe a tag team that was unexpected, but then here it comes. It's like you and, this person from your high school. Now you're doing your taxes together. And you just never saw that one coming. It's just a kind of a weird union is what they show it as. So anyway, deal with your weaknesses here. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to overcome this completely in April, but you got to start sometime, right? And what better time than now, especially because we have the super new moon in April. This is the last big moon, super new moon. That's why it's called super, of 2024. In fact, we're going to have other major events, but none of them are going to be new moon events. So it is the best time to bring new things into your life, regardless of what they are. It doesn't matter what they are. So we're going to talk about that in your moon cycles here briefly, but I do want to get your Rune Stone before I send you that way. Your Rune Stone is partnership. So again, Spirit is reiterating the fact that you don't do this alone. You don't deal with what you're dealing with in April alone. You deal with it with the partner. It doesn't matter if you're single. Your partner could be your brother, your sister, your coworker, your best friend. Partner. Okay, guys, it doesn't mean romantic partner. It just means partner. So there's partnership going on. You can see that very clearly in story 3 with co-create. In story 2, they didn't really talk about partnership there, but in story 1, we have kind of that union with that younger person that I talked about there. So getting everybody kind of on the same page is very important. Getting two people to see eye to eye, or dealing with, just dealing with things not alone. Because you're not alone, and with partnership, they show that there's no need to be right now either. So all good stuff there. Just a few messages, get you on your way with a nice April. Remember to tune back in for your telling time. Now I'm going to send you to those moon cycles, which is the big one, and that new moon is causing the eclipse that is going over most of the United States here in April. Okay guys, it is moon cycles forecast time. Let's talk about these lunar energies that are all around us anyways, so we can use it to our benefit, implement some positive change into your month. Well, the first thing you need to understand is whether these energies are coming in or going out. Just like the tides, the moon has control of that. In the same way, you can use it too. The first thing that hits chronologically this month is the new moon. You're going to see all the text information on your screen, any rare occurrences, as well as the date. Now, this is a target date for the new moon. It doesn't have to be done on this date, guys. I really like to bracket a few days before and a few days after to get a very powerful week where you can bring new things into your life and really manifest. If it is NEW, it's not there before, brand new, this is the best time to bring it into your life. Something new financially, maybe something new with work, new love, new health. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's new, this is the best time of the month to work on these things, really help bring it in. Adversely, the full moon, the opposite energy, the energy going out, hits on this date on your screen. And of course, the same rules apply. It doesn't have to be done on this date. We're talking about a week window, a few days on each side of it here. When this energy is very strong going out, and the energy going out is the best time to get things out of your life that don't belong there, or that you don't want there, something that's got control of you or hold of you that you don't want. Maybe something like a bad habit, maybe emotional baggage, a bill that's got to go. That would be something financially, maybe something with health, maybe an eating habit that's got to go. Doesn't matter if it's got to go. The full moon is your best bet to get this change to stick. If any of this has confused you, I've put together a moon cycle cheat sheet. I do it every single month. It is free. It is on the website, guys. You can check it out very easily. It is a little graphic illustration, a tool that you can use so you can kind of see these changes moving in and moving out, so you can align things in your month to it to really get them to stick, implement some great positive changes. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future readings. Remember that your homily will be posted in a standalone video on April 6th or 7th. I'll see you guys then. Have an excellent April. I know you will.
So I guess the fortune teller's right.